What's up, pack members? It's your Spirits Alpha here, and welcome to another video. So this is going to be a Lego review, and this time around, taking a look at the Lego Spider-Man. Well, Spider-Man versus or Spider-Man and Ghost Rider versus Carnage. So this is a set that came out, and I forgot what year it came out. It came out in either like 2019, 2020, or 2021. I might have been a 2020 set. I don't know for sure. It came out one of those years. That's all I can remember. But I got this for Christmas from my grandma. Even if it's a retired set, she was able to get it for me because yeah, she wanted to give me something else. So yep, it's a pretty small set, but it's still pretty cool for what it is. So let's take a look. So we're gonna get started with the minifigures. Here we have Spider-Man himself. You know, same figure. Nothing too special. You know, you got the arm printing, which is nice, but they really need to add leg printing again. I remember that one set that had like the Spider-Man figure with like the red boots, and ever since then they've never done the boots. Now it's just solid blue legs. And so I think they really should have put leg printing again. I feel like that Lego's not really doing a good job at that nowadays. I think they're really just slacking off on leg printing. Sometimes arm printing too, but yeah. And actually, he has the power shooters or super shots, I think is what you call them, to represent his webs, you know, that kind of thing. Next up, here's the big deal figure of the set. We have Ghost Rider himself. This is the Robbie Reyes version of Ghost Rider. I don't watch Agents of Shield, but I know who this guy is. And yep, has the metallic looking skull, which I love. Has the like racer leather jacket, whatever you want to call it, and has good detail on the back too. The legs and the arms are blank, just blank black, but that's okay. Hey, I'm willing to let it slide since that's what Ghost Rider is kind of all about. And of course, since it's an older set, the flame hair does not come off; it's just locked on. So, oh, yep, yeah, pretty cool. I like that set. It's my first, I like that figure. It's my first time getting that version of Ghost Rider, which is the main reason why I wanted this set, to be honest. And lastly, we have Carnage. Design wise, this is the same Carnage figure that we've gotten, although this one has a unique backpack, which has the blood symbiote, whatever you want to call it, which I think looks pretty cool actually. I like how big it looks. But it seems like these Carnage figures, minus the accessories they come with, they're roughly the exact same figure. So yep. But on the positive side, he's got well, he doesn't have arm printing, but he has leg printing at least, and that's pretty nice. Carnage is always a cool character. But anyway, figures aside, let's go and move the figures, and let's get to the main set, which is this. This is Robbie Reyes' car. I don't know the name of it, so yep, forgive me for that. But that's one side. There's the other. I don't know why I only gave us like two of these pieces here. But now that I think about it, I guess if you have like some of the Doctor Strange pieces, I imagine you can like use those instead. In fact, I might have some of those left over. I might actually, after this video ends, I might actually dig those out and put them in because they're just sitting in a bag, not doing anything. So yeah, whatever the case. Ace, let's go and take a full look at it. Looks pretty cool. It did have extra pieces so you can display it without the fire on it. But come on. Of course I'm going to display it with the fire on it. It's Ghost Rider's vehicle. And, not much going on here. Not many play features on this, but it does look really, really cool when it spins with like the fire. So very nice. Of course, we gotta put Robbie Reyes in here. There we go. And I don't know if you can actually see him in there or not. Well, you can kind of see him. And let's have like Carnage on the front, or I guess doesn't really matter. Or, yeah, I can put Carnage on the back. I'm kind of picky like that, but There, now it looks like he and Spider-Man are fighting. But the only real play feature besides putting Robbie Reyes in there is these little firing missiles, which, probably don't really want to fire, but hey, I can fire one. So, boom. Just shoots these little translucent orange studs to represent the fire. So, pretty cool. You get 3 of those. So, yep, pretty cool. So that there was Spider-Man and Ghost Rider versus Carnage. This set is pretty simple. It's a simple, concept of a set, but it's pretty much kind of similar to how the different Marvel cars are nowadays. Although this one, is just like Ghost Rider's, you know, vehicles. This is pretty much a Ghost Rider set, even if it is aimed at the Spider-Man. It pretty much is just a Ghost Rider set with Spider-Man as a cameo. That's at least how I see it. But overall, pretty cool little set. It's may not be around anymore, but hey, if you can find it online, then good for you. And for those of you who already have the set, you now have a Ghost Rider of Robbie Reyes in your collection. So yep, I think that wraps up this video though. So until next time, this is Spirit the Alpha signing out. I'll see you guys back in the pack.